Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all in crypto here, and welcome back, guys, for another YouTube video. In this video, guys, we're going to be talking about Ethereum and why I believe Ethereum could reach $4,000. I'll repeat that, $4,000 by May. We're going to be getting into that in this video. I'm going to be showing you why I believe, what I believe, and we're going to be covering towards the end of the video some sort of news that surrounds Ethereum and what's currently happening right now with their proposal of the EIP 1559. We've covered it in other videos, so we're going to skim over it towards the end of the video, and we're going to talk about the whole sort of what's actually going on with Ethereum right now. But we'll leave that till the end of the video. We're really going to get into the price and why I believe that it's going to hit $4,000 by May, whether it's the start or the end of May. I believe you will see a $4,000 Ethereum by that time. Let me first off start by saying this is not financial advice. When we're talking about a price by a certain time, it is important for me to remind you all that this is not financial advice. It is largely speculative on my behalf and is my opinion that I'm sharing with you guys on YouTube, so that hopefully you can come up with your own analysis and kind of see all sides of the coins. And before you then decide to make your decisions. So do not buy or sell anything based on what I'm telling you here. Use it as a tool, as a educational video to help you come up with your own decisions. So let's jump straight into this, guys, because we have quite a lot to cover and I don't want this to be a super long video. Let's start by taking a look at where Ethereum is today. Ethereum is currently sat at $1,786. Not really doing anything on the 24-hour, down around about 2% on the weekly. Currently has a market cap of $205.8 billion, guys. So for Ethereum, theoretically, to get to $4,000, that market cap has to double and then some. So you're looking at a market cap of around about $456,000 thereabouts. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. And I think that's absolutely achievable, guys. I think that, let me start off by telling you my overarching view on cryptocurrencies and where we are today in terms of the cryptocurrency market and why I think an inflow of something like $200 billion into Ethereum's market cap is absolutely achievable and possible. So what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to pull up my rainbow chart for you, of course, and what I'm going to do is quickly tell you, I follow something called the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. Why do I follow this? Well, let's take a look on a logarithmic scale, and you can really see that, every 4 years, Bitcoin essentially does the same thing. Why does it follow this? Well, you can argue it's because of the halvings, etc., etc., etc. But really, it's extremely apparent to me that this 4-year cycle theory just plays out time and time again, which would mean that 2021 is essentially a 2017, or prior to that, a 2013-esque bull run, and you are going to see a substantial amount of money flow into the cryptocurrency market, somewhere around the region of, I think anywhere from $8 to $11 trillion as an overall market cap for everything inside cryptocurrency by the end of it. So, Ethereum. Why do I think Ethereum is going to essentially double and then some in price by May? Well, I think Ethereum just follows Bitcoin. The whole market follows Bitcoin, guys. You see this when you see sell-offs. When Bitcoin sells off, the rest of the market sells off. And vice versa. When Bitcoin's having a good day, you'll tend to find the rest of the market is having a good day. And the reason being for this, when people ask me about a reason, one of the best reasons that I can give you is essentially that when newcomers come to the crypto space, Bitcoin is their first, it's their first sort of cryptocurrency they get involved in with a little bit of skepticism, etc., etc. And when they get comfortable with that, they start to experiment and explore and sort of brighten their horizon, broaden their horizon and start to experiment with Ethereum, some of the smaller altcoins, and that's really why everything follows Bitcoin, because it is the first port where the ships land, and then of course the goods that the sailors bring kind of distribute throughout that community. So that is a bit of a complicated way of explaining it, but that is essentially why it happens. Now, I can show you a number of things that support this. This is a chart that I made ages ago. It's out of date now. I think I was trying to show people that ADA was just following Ethereum and Bitcoin and was going to break its all-time highs. It absolutely has, and you can see really that the structure is the same for all of these. They're all just following Bitcoin's structure. What else supports this? Well, you'll notice with Ethereum, it corrected a little bit harder than Bitcoin did after it had broken its all-time highs. let's just get this up for you. So Bitcoin, after it broke its all-time highs, essentially didn't correct. It sort of capitulated in a less volatile manner than Ethereum. And of course, Cardano actually sold off below its all-time highs or prior all-time highs. So you can see that really rings true. And that's just because of the volume of money in these market caps. There's more money in Bitcoin, so it's harder to make it as volatile. And there's more money in Ethereum, which makes it harder than Cardano to sort of make volatile. So, given that, then what is actually to come for Ethereum? Well, I think Ethereum is just going to do the exact same thing that Bitcoin did. Like it went from around $22,000 to $21,000 all the way up to around about $41,000. So essentially doubled in price. I think Ethereum is going to do the same thing. After this sort of capitulation here, we saw a bit of a sell-off. We're now seeing a recovery. I think we are kind of likely to capitulate before making another impulse. But I think that impulse absolutely will come, and I think that will essentially take us to around about $4,000. And what else might support this viewpoint? Well, guys, let's take a look at how Ethereum acted last sort of end of March, April. I don't know why my logs go out. Let's take that off auto so I can show you. So this is the 16th of March today, and this is the 16th of March 2017, all the way up to the end of May, where Ethereum essentially went from around about $30 all the way up to around about $230. So I don't think you're going to get the same sort of return. You saw a correction in March, the same way that right now we are seeing a bit of a correction and have been, and then essentially you went on to make that move, and that's really one of the sort of kickstarters. The bulk of the bull run in these years, like 2017 or 2013, doesn't really tend to happen until towards the end of the year. But there are certain. The reason it looks so sort of gigantic here is because it's just played out, and this sort of structure here that came towards the end of the year dwarfed the prior one. But the prior one looked, when you zoom in, pretty spectacular. So I think the exact same thing is playing out. I even think the dates align very, very well. And, I think you're going to see the same thing off. We saw a sell-off around about the same point, which you actually saw, like I say, in Ethereum when around about the exact same date, guys. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. If you look here, you saw that sell-off before we then, capitulated. We're capitulating here the same way we are on Ethereum right now. And then you were going to see impulses to the upside. And like I said, I think it's going to take us around about $4,000 by either the start of May or the end of May. But you will see $4,000, in my opinion, by May. And, like I say, Ethereum is essentially just following Bitcoin. It couldn't be more apparent. People like to sort of say, well, it sounds too good to be true that Bitcoin is following the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory, but it literally is, and has allowed me to be very profitable in the last sort of 2 years. I've been here since 2017, and I was certainly accumulating in 2017, 2018, but I wasn't necessarily doing it with great success because I've now have got to grips with the 4-year cycle theory, and I look at everything on a macro scale. I've been exceptionally profitable in the last 2 years, and that's what I'm here to share with you on this YouTube. I'm here to sort of give you a different angle, perhaps an alternative argument to what's going on here. And like I say, people are looking at Bitcoin right now and they're thinking it looks extremely toppy. Well, you can go back in Bitcoin's sort of history. Let's take a look at what Bitcoin did last, or certainly in March 2017, and you'll see it's probably a similar sort of thing that occurs. And yeah, guys, you can see March, we sold off, we had a bit of a bearish month, and then we just, continued to impulse. And I think what I was kind of showing you with these sort of boxes that I've highlighted is that pullbacks are normal and part of a bull run. The same way they were part of 2017, 2013. It's all part and parcel, guys. You want to look at pullbacks as a kind of pit stop, allowing the race car driver to sort of fuel up and cover more distance on the track. So I want to know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think this makes sense? Is it just, jargon? It is all speculation on my behalf. I will absolutely say that to you. However, I think it's more than likely going to come to fruition. I think there's a very high probability of it coming to fruition. I just thought I'd get on here and tell you about it. I'm certainly taking that bet myself. A lot of people out there really think that, the sort of volumes of money that I'm on about coming into the crypto space sounds somewhat too good to be true. However, you know, you really, you have to sort of see it to believe it. And if you were here in 2017, you really saw the unrealistic become realistic. And I think you're going to see that again this year. And I think we're still in for a long ride, guys. You have never had so much support for the crypto space ever. You are seeing so many institutions, guys. Every single day, I'm getting news of another institution jumping into Bitcoin. And for every one person that comes out public, there's probably 100 of them that are behind the scenes and not public. And you got to think these guys, especially like Tesla and MicroStrategy, they're all interlinked. They all know each other. They all talk. If one company's doing it, you can bet that there's a large number of others doing it. And not only that, certainly with, essentially a lot of companies only come out and say they have Bitcoin because they have to in their quarterly reports. Quarter two, I think you're actually going to see a significant number of people coming out and saying, yeah, we've actually, got Bitcoin now. And I think this will really spur on, along with the stimulus check and people putting money in via that and a number of other things, and people really just waking up to the fact that fiat is absolute garbage at this point. I mean, it was Ludwig von Mises, who was an Austrian economist. You got to listen to the old guys when you really want to get a grip to come to terms with what's really going on. They predicted all this, and they actually said it's only the government that are capable of taking a perfectly valuable commodity such as paper and making it essentially useless. And I think that's such an ingenious saying because it's true. Not ingenious, such a genius saying because it's true. So that is what I have for you in this video. We said we'd quickly touch on what's happening in Ethereum at the moment. We see the upgrade of the EIP 1559, and that was really to combat, I think it's 1559 anyway, I could be wrong, but you'll know what I'm on about. And that was really to combat the gas fees. We know the Ethereum network sucked for a while in terms of the gas fees and how long it was taking, and what Vitalik has essentially suggested that the fees are going to get sent to the network and then burn. Miners are going to take a cut in terms of their profitability as a result of this, anywhere from 20 to 50%. However, if the price went up, it would kind of mitigate this, so they wouldn't really be losing anything. And what we're seeing is the miners having an absolute temper tantrum and deciding that they're going to attack the network. Well, bad move, in my opinion, because what you're doing is showing your true colours, and all that's going to happen is you are going to usher in a system that they're already planning on ushering in, where they eradicate miners altogether. You are shooting yourself, and you are biting from the hand that feeds, and it is dumb, it is emotionally driven. If you are led by your emotions, you will not get very far in life. Let me tell you that right now, guys. Certainly, if you're in the crypto space, being an emotional person is going to hinder you, no doubt. I've been there and done it. Like I say, I at one point was trading very heavily on a day-to-day basis. However, I figured, I own a business, I have a lot of other things going on. I needed to take a break from that, and I want to try and keep as many hair follicles as I possibly can, because I was aging on a daily basis when I was doing that. So I choose to be a long-term investor, and it served me very well. And you'll find in the cryptocurrency space that hodlers will actually, in a larger number of cases, outperform traders, because a lot of traders lose money. And for a lot of traders, a lot of the trades that they get right, there'll be 5 that they've got wrong, and their stop losses have kind of somewhat saved them as a result. So that is what I have for you in this video. Like I say, very interesting what's going on in Ethereum. And I think, like I say, with the miners, it's going to usher on Ethereum 2.0 even quicker, because they're going to be going, we don't want these leeches hanging off us. Okay, they have done their part, and I'm not against miners. I think they're great, and I think they've largely been responsible for Ethereum, working essentially. But the way that they're acting now, I think they're shooting themselves in the foot, and I think it's just not the way to deal with the situation. So that is all I have for you in this video, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm making sense with what I'm on about when I say that Ethereum just follows Bitcoin and you've still got this next leg up to come? We're seeing a more volatile period here than we saw in Bitcoin, just because there's less money in. And of course, you're seeing an even volatile time in coins like Cardano that have actually sold off. But it's all following the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. This is so obvious to me, guys, what is happening. Ultimately, what the noise that happens on the short term doesn't really matter, as far as I'm concerned, because I look at, when in doubt, zoom out, and because I look at a sort of macro scale, it allows me to sort of ignore all the noise that is occurring on the short sort of term time frames. And that's how I like it, guys. I like to be calm, collective when I'm sort of investing, and really I'm just an accumulator. And I think this is going to be not only a profitable year for me, but a profitable year for a lot of you guys out there, and we're here to share this journey. So if you've enjoyed this content, please drop me a like, a comment, letting me know what you think. Get subscribed to the channel, guys, because there's videos coming out on a daily basis, and this is going to be one of the fastest growing channels out there. We just need more people to hear about us, because we are unlike a lot of YouTubers that when we sell off, they go very quiet. I love those time periods because I can really get on here and sort of let you know what I think's going on. Like yesterday, we made a video when we covered, the potential of India banning cryptocurrencies and why the cryptocurrency market was selling off. And everybody liked to put a little narrative in, and I'm right, I'm whatever. The real reason the Bitcoin sold off, guys, was because people took profits at $60,000. Simple as that. There doesn't need to be a long, complicated reason. Of course, there are alternative factors that might have an impact, but it's as simple as that. Think of how many people took profits at $60,000. Big psychological level. Big people would have been taking profits at that. And that's why we sold off. But here we are today. We are going to keep... The crypto market, in my opinion, is only going one way, and that is up. But I'm going to stop waffling on, guys, before I choke to death. I'm going to love and leave you. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Get like, get subscribed, get commenting. Let me know your thoughts, because they are absolutely interesting and, invaluable to me. So I'm going to love and leave you guys. Have a fantastic day. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you on the next YouTube video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.